So after that ceremony, Emmanuel Macron headed to London, and we can head there now ourselves. Benedicte Paviot standing by. So Benedicte, no quarantine then for Macron, and a busy afternoon.
No quarantine for the French president when he comes here. There's a special exemption for foreign dignitaries. But unlike other travellers, including UK travellers who come back into the United Kingdom, a very busy afternoon for the French president after the French lap of the special 18th of June 1940 commemoration. It will be London that will be centre stage, deservedly, because of that extraordinary role that the United Kingdom and the British people, and indeed the BBC, played both in the initial broadcast on the 18th of June 1940 of the then not terribly well-known General de Gaulle, a very special wartime friendship with Winston Churchill. So he'll be meeting and be welcomed by Prince Charles, who's coming out of lockdown from Scotland, along with his wife Camilla. There will then be a ceremony and there will be some speeches from both Prince Charles and from President Macron. That will be the royal part of this ceremony and of this day, and also that Legion of Honour, the highest distinction that the French authorities, the French government can award to a person and sometimes does to a city, and it will be awarded to London in remembrance and in gratitude to the United Kingdom and the British people for their sacrifice and their help.
And what's on the agenda of those talks with Boris Johnson? Quarantine, Brexit?
At least two of those subjects, yes, absolutely. So yes, from the royal first leg of that afternoon, there will then be a quick, very swift, because it's very near here, the French president will go to Downing Street. And there, again, he will see special documents dating back to 1940 and the 1940s, that crucial time where the leader in exile of the Free French, the General de Gaulle, gained in stature, and many people were listening to those coded messages from the BBC. And on the menu, very much of the talks, once the men have looked at these documents, historical documents, will be very much quarantine. For example, will there be some sort of exemption for British people wanting to holiday in France? That is, I have to say, particularly in this rainy weather and still coming out of lockdown, uppermost in many people's minds, and I think that that's something the two leaders will discuss. The pandemic, both countries hit badly. Britain, the United Kingdom, up to 41,500 deaths so far. France, fewer, although similar populations up to 29,500. And of course there'll be international subjects, but of course there will be, it's in a context of Brexit, and although there will be no negotiation, because that is done by the chief negotiator Michel Barnier, of course that is bound to come up. But the enduring friendship, the ties, economic, political, cultural, will also be very much, I think, in both men's minds. The British Prime Minister, who's already released a statement saying very much that historical partnership, how important it is, and when in times of sacrifice, both countries are shoulder to shoulder. So a very special day here in London, that awarding of the Legion of Honour, the royal leg, then the political leg. We're hoping for a slightly better weather by the time the French president arrives.
All right, well, we're going to let you get out of the rain. Thank you very much indeed, Benedicte Paviot in London for us.